Hear this truth, and let it pierce through every layer of doubt that has ever lived in you. Wealth does not arrive by chance, by struggle, or by human reasoning. Wealth arrives by recognition. Wealth responds to the one who knows that nothing is missing, nothing is withheld, and nothing is denied to the soul that remembers its divine ownership. When you forget who you are, life appears to turn its back on you. But when you awaken, when you finally rise and declare your spiritual inheritance, the universe reorders itself to match your identity. Wealth is not earned by toil, it is summoned by awareness. Abundance is not chased, it is acknowledged. Supply does not respond to effort, it responds to recognition. Say aloud with unshakable conviction, "What is mine by divine right cannot be taken, delayed, or diminished." The moment you declare this, a shift occurs in the unseen. Money hears its master. Opportunities find their rightful owner. Doors that once resisted begin to unlock because you have remembered the ancient truth. You do not pursue wealth. Wealth is already tethered to your vibration. It circles you waiting for the hour you stop begging for what you already own. You cannot claim what you believe is beyond your reach. You cannot possess what you secretly fear. The universe mirrors your inner recognition. If you see yourself as lacking, the world echoes your belief. If you see yourself as unworthy, supply distances itself. But the instant you remember that you are a spiritual heir to infinite abundance, everything that belongs to you begins its journey toward you with unstoppable force. Say this now: I recognize my wealth. I call my supply by name. I summon what is mine. Divine ownership is not a feeling, it is a decree. It is a spiritual stand taken with the authority of one who knows that divine law governs all things, and divine law makes no mistakes. Wealth does not wander. Wealth is guided by recognition. It flows to the one who stands tall, speaks boldly, and refuses to accept the illusion of limitation. Every time you acknowledge your divine ownership, your subconscious rewrites its laws. It stops rehearsing lack. It stops repeating stories of fear. It stops believing in the false idea that abundance is outside you. Instead, it awakens to the memory that wealth is your native atmosphere. Supply is your inheritance. Prosperity is your natural expression. Declare boldly, all that is mine returns to me. All that belongs to me finds me. All that is aligned with me flows to me now. These words are not hopeful. They are sovereign. They do not request, they command. They do not seek permission. They activate the spiritual mechanism through which creation obeys identity. For the universe responds not to desperation, but to recognition. It bends not to struggle, but to declaration. It moves not for the seeker, but for the knower. When you walk as the owner, life rearranges. When you speak as the heir, abundance accelerates. When you declare your divine right to prosper, every force of good rises to attention and begins to move on your behalf. Wealth is not impressed by effort. It is awakened by awareness. It is magnetized by certainty. It is commanded by identity. Say aloud with prophetic authority, I am the recognized owner of infinite abundance. Wealth hears my voice. Supply answers my call. My prosperity is inevitable. Let this truth saturate your mind, your energy, your vibration. Let it enter the deep places where old beliefs once lived. Let it burn away every doubt that whispered you were less than worthy. Tonight you reclaim what has always been yours. Tonight, divine ownership becomes your law. Tonight wealth responds, because you finally recognize yourself. Identity is the invisible architect of your world, the silent force shaping every outcome, every opportunity, every direction your life takes. Nothing in your reality can rise higher than the identity you hold within. You cannot out-earn your identity, you cannot outrun your identity, you cannot outmaneuver your identity. Because identity is creation itself. The universe listens not to your wishes, but to your self-concept. It responds not to your hopes, but to your declarations. You do not attract what you plead for, you attract what you believe yourself to be. Speak as the creator, not the beggar, and you will witness the impossible bow before you. Say aloud, I am the one who commands my reality. I am the source of my supply. I am the author of my abundance. When you speak these words, something ancient awakens. The beggar self crumbles. The fearful identity dissolves. The false version of you, the one shaped by past wounds, scarcity programming, and generational limits, falls away like dust. In its place rises the true self, the spiritual self, the creator endowed with the authority of divine law. And this creator self does not whisper. It does not apologize. It does not shrink. It speaks with certainty because certainty is the language of creation. You must understand this truth. Every I am you speak is a command to the universe. Every declaration is a mold, and reality shapes itself inside that mold. When you say, I am prosperous, the universe reorganizes to reflect it. When you say, I am powerful, every force of good rises to reinforce it. But when you say, I am struggling, I am unlucky, I am not enough, the same law obeys you, and creation delivers exactly what you spoke. Identity never lies, and divine law never argues. You are always creating, even in your silence. Speak as the creator, and creation responds. Speak as the beggar, and reality mirrors poverty. Identity is the throne from which you rule your world. If you sit upon it with uncertainty, life becomes unstable. If you sit upon it with power, life becomes obedient. If you speak from lack, you create lack. If you speak from abundance, abundance multiplies. Declare now, I refuse the identity of lack. I reject the identity of limitation. I step into the identity of divine mastery. You were never designed to chase. You were never meant to plead. Pleading is the language of the powerless. Begging is the vibration of separation. But you are not separate from your good. You are not separate from your supply. You are the channel through which abundance expresses itself. Wealth is not outside you. Wealth is the echo of who you believe you are. If you believe you are small, life shrinks to match you. If you believe you are powerful, life expands to serve you. If you believe you are chosen, doors will open that logic cannot explain. Identity is the law before all other laws. Your words are not mere sounds, they are creative power. Your declarations are not hopeful statements, they are energetic commands. Your I am is the divine name speaking through you. Say aloud with unwavering conviction, I am wealth, I am certainty. I am divine supply in human form. As these words vibrate through your being, every old belief that contradicted your power dissolves. Every subconscious imprint of inferiority burns away. The identity that once limited you loses all authority. A new frequency rises. A new vibration unfolds. A new spiritual command takes over your life. Speak as the creator, and all creation follows your voice. Speak as the beggar, and the world withholds its treasures. You choose with every word who you will be. Tonight, choose the throne. Tonight, choose the authority. Tonight, choose the identity that reshapes reality itself. For when you speak as the creator, not the beggar, the universe itself becomes your obedient servant. Power is not something you wait for. Power is something you claim. Authority is not something granted by the world. Authority is something awakened from within. The universe recognizes only one voice, the voice of conviction. Money recognizes only one master, the one who speaks with certainty. Supply does not follow hesitation, it follows command. Wealth does not move toward fear, it moves toward authority. When you rise in your spiritual rank and declare your dominion over your financial world, the unseen forces of abundance align themselves with your decree. Money becomes obedient, opportunities become responsive, and prosperity becomes inevitable. Say aloud with unshakable strength, I command my supply. I summon my abundance. My voice is law in the realm of prosperity. These words do not float into the air, they carve pathways. They do not merely vibrate, they legislate. You are not whispering hopeful wishes. You are issuing spiritual orders backed by divine law. Command is the language of those who know who they are. Claiming is the language of those who refuse to bow to limitation. The moment you speak with authority, the moment you stand tall in your spiritual identity, money begins to move. You feel the shift, you sense the current. You recognize that supply is not random, it is responsive. Money has no will of its own. It obeys the vibration of authority. When you tremble, it scatters. When you doubt, it delays. When you shrink, it retreats. But when you rise, it advances. When you command, it accelerates. When you speak with the certainty of one who knows their divine right to prosper, money becomes an ally, not an adversary. It becomes a servant, not a struggle. It becomes a river flowing where you direct it. Declare boldly, I am the authority over my financial life. Money comes, money stays, money multiplies by my command. This is not arrogance. This is alignment. You are not demanding from the world. You are activating the divine blueprint already written within you. Authority is your birthright. Command is your spiritual inheritance. No soul born of the infinite is meant to crawl through life begging for scraps. You were designed to speak, to decree, to command the unseen into form. You must understand this sacred truth. Money is energy, and energy follows instruction. Tell it where to go. Tell it how to serve you. Tell it what to multiply into. When you give no command, the energy of abundance remains directionless. When your words contradict your desires, money grows confused. But when your voice becomes singular, powerful, unwavering, money knows its master. It comes not as a trickle, but as a flood. Say aloud with prophetic fire, by divine authority, I call forth my wealth now. I command financial doors to open. I order abundance to gather around me. Every declaration rearranges reality. Every command sends a signal into the invisible. Every word backed with authority becomes a spiritual instruction that must be fulfilled. The universe is not your enemy. It is your executor. It carries out what you speak. It delivers what you decree. Its only question is, did you command it? Tonight, step out of the identity of the powerless and into the identity of the commander. Walk as one whose words are instruments of manifestation. Speak as one whose declarations bend reality. Stand as one who understands that money is not the master, you are. For when you speak with true authority, nothing in creation can resist you. Money moves toward you, opportunities rush to meet you, supply bows before you, and your reality reshapes itself to match the power of your command. Everything in your life is answering to the signal you send. Money is not responding to your effort, it is responding to your energy. Wealth is not moved by your need, it is moved by your vibration. Your income is not determined by labor, luck, or circumstance. It is determined by the frequency you hold, the inner tone you broadcast, the spiritual signal you release into the unseen. The universe is a mirror, and it reflects not your wishes, not your pleas, not your fears, but your vibration. You do not rise in income until you rise in energy. You do not expand financially until you expand vibrationally. When your frequency changes, your financial world cannot stay the same. Say aloud with full spiritual authority, my vibration is aligned with abundance. My energy is a magnet for wealth. My inner frequency commands prosperity. These words are not metaphors, they are mechanics, they are laws. They are the spiritual physics that govern the unseen structure of your life. You cannot carry the vibration of lack and expect the manifestation of abundance. You cannot radiate doubt and attract opportunity. You cannot vibrate fear and call forth overflow. The universe does not negotiate. It matches, it mirrors, it returns what you are broadcasting from the inside. Every thought is a signal. Every emotion is a magnet. Every belief is a frequency that calls forth either increase or diminution. Poverty is not a condition. Poverty is a vibration. Wealth is not a circumstance. Wealth is a frequency. When you shift the tone of your being, you shift the trajectory of your life. Declare boldly, I rise into the frequency of wealth. I release all vibrations of fear, lack, and limitation. My energy now resonates with prosperity. Feel the truth of this as it floods your being. Feel the old energies breaking. Feel the ancient patterns dissolving. Feel the vibration of abundance activating in every cell, every breath, every thought. When your energy rises, everything attached to a lower frequency begins to fall away. Old habits, old beliefs, old money stories, old financial patterns. They cannot survive in the new vibration. They must break. They must dissolve. They must release their hold on you. Your energy is the throne from which your financial life takes its orders. If you vibrate uncertainty, money becomes uncertain. If you vibrate confidence, money becomes consistent. If you vibrate expansion, money multiplies. If you vibrate contraction, money shrinks. Every deposit, every opportunity, every door that opens is responding to a vibrational command you are sending out, long before action ever begins. Say aloud, "My energy is sovereign, my vibration is wealthy." Money responds instantly to the frequency I carry. You are not attracting with your hands. You are attracting with your field. You are not creating with effort. You are creating with resonance. You are not serving the laws of the physical. You are governing through the laws of the spiritual. The higher your vibration, the more reality bends in your favor. The more elevated your energy, the more abundance recognizes you as its rightful home. Tonight, allow your vibration to rise beyond every limitation you have ever known. Align with the frequency of certainty, the frequency of ease, the frequency of flow. Wealth is drawn to the soul that vibrates in truth. Money is magnetized to the one who radiates confidence. Prosperity moves toward the one who refuses to entertain the vibration of fear. Say aloud with commanding conviction, "I am vibrationally aligned with richness. My energy is irresistible to money. My frequency creates my fortune." Let this truth embed itself in your subconscious. Let it rewrite the energetic code within you. For the moment your vibration shifts, your income must shift. The moment your energy rises, your abundance rises. The moment you align, supply accelerates. Your energy determines your income, and tonight, your energy has taken its rightful place on the frequency of wealth. Now is the hour, the charged and trembling moment when destiny leans forward and waits for your command. Not tomorrow, not later, not when conditions improve, now. Divine law does not operate according to human delay. The universe does not wait for your courage to mature or for circumstances to become convenient. The spiritual realm responds in the present, in the breath before the doubt, in the second before hesitation, in the exact instant you decide to rise. This moment is your appointed hour, the ordained intersection of intention and manifestation, the doorway through which your good must enter, if you dare to open it. Say aloud with absolute fire, "I activate my manifestation now. I release delay. I choose my miracle in this moment." Feel the power of those words. They are not gentle. They do not soothe. They command. They declare that the waiting period has ended, that the era of postponement is over, that the timeline of delay is shattered. You have dwelled long enough in the land of someday, long enough in the desert of almost, long enough in the shadow of indecision. The universe has been holding your blessings in suspension, waiting for the precise moment you would speak with authority. The moment is now. Every dream that felt distant becomes reachable when you enter the energy of the appointed hour. Every blessing that circled your life without landing begins its descent. Every opportunity that hovered in the realm of the unseen crosses into form. Time itself bends to your decision. Divine law accelerates around the soul who commands the present, the one who says, "Not tomorrow, now." Declare boldly, "This is my hour of opening. This is my hour of increase. This is my hour of divine release." Your manifestation does not require more time. It requires more truth. It requires your agreement with the spiritual principle that the only real moment is now. The past holds no power. The future holds no promise. Creation happens in the present. Authority happens in the present. Supply answers in the present. When you seize the moment with unwavering conviction, the spiritual realm pours itself into your reality with force. You have been conditioned to wait. Wait for clarity. Wait for signs. Wait for perfect timing. But divine law announces boldly, the sign is your desire. The timing is your decision. The permission is your authority. The moment you choose, the universe begins to move. The moment you command, the path begins to clear. The moment you declare that the hour has come, every barrier that once stood against you begins to dissolve. Say aloud with full spiritual certainty, "I step into my appointed moment. I call forth immediate manifestation. All that is mine comes now." The appointed hour is a spiritual portal, and it does not remain open for the hesitant. Hesitation is delay, delay is doubt, doubt is misalignment. But you are not aligned with fear. You are aligned with destiny. You are aligned with law. You are aligned with the divine rhythm that declares, when the soul is ready, the moment becomes now. You are ready. You are positioned. You are empowered. You are recognized by the universe as the rightful claimant of your desires. Tonight, as you breathe these words, you activate the immediacy of your blessings. You trigger the acceleration of your supply. You summon the rapid rearrangement of circumstances. Angels of opportunity rise. Currents of abundance move. Hidden pathways unlock. What was stuck begins to shift. What was delayed begins to speed. What was distant begins to approach. Say aloud with prophetic force. Manifestation is active. Supply is moving. My miracle unfolds now. Let this moment mark the turning of the tide. Let it be the hour your life bends toward abundance. Let it be the exact second you stepped into your divine timeline. For this is your appointed hour, and manifestation must obey the one who claims it. There comes a moment in every soul's journey when the veil tears, when the inner eyes open, when truth bursts forth with such power that it can never again be forgotten. This is the moment of revelation, the sacred remembering of who you truly are. Not a seeker, not a struggler, not a wanderer in the desert of lack. You are the architect of abundance, the designer of destiny, the spiritual engineer of every form of prosperity that appears in your world. Nothing is accidental, nothing is random, nothing arrives without your inner blueprint commanding its arrival. Your life is not happening to you. It is being constructed by you. Every thought is a brick, every word is a beam, every belief is a foundation stone, and when you awaken to this truth, creation bends, abundance rises, and reality reshapes itself under your authority. Say aloud with unwavering power, I am the architect of my abundance. My life is built by my spirit, my word, and my intention. When these words move through your being, they shatter the illusion of helplessness, the false identity. The one shaped by fear, scarcity, and survival begins to crumble. It was never the real you. It was a temporary costume, a veil over the radiant truth of your spiritual architecture. Beneath it stands a creator of immense magnitude, a soul endowed with divine intelligence, a being capable of structuring wealth with nothing more than intention aligned with truth. You must understand this. Your outer life is the shadow cast by your inner design. If the design is small, the shadow is small. If the design is fearful, the shadow trembles. But if the design is bold, abundant, divine, then your world cannot help but reflect that magnificence. The universe has no choice but to mirror your inner pattern. You are the origin point. You are the blueprint. You are the command center from which abundance flows. Declare boldly, I design wealth. I design opportunity. I design overflow. These declarations do not ask, they activate. They remind your subconscious of its original programming, its divine architecture, its sacred purpose. You were never meant to simply survive. You were meant to create. You were not sent here to replicate the past. You were sent to build the future. Every revelation of self is a revelation of power. The power to choose, the power to declare, the power to construct a financial reality that honors your spiritual identity. As you speak with authority, the architect within rises. You begin to sense the structure of your destiny taking form. You feel the alignment of your thoughts strengthening the pillars of prosperity. You feel the foundation of certainty setting beneath your feet. You feel the walls of abundance rising around you. You feel the roof of divine protection sealing your life from every vibration of lack. Say aloud with prophetic certainty, I build my prosperity through intention. I shape my destiny through identity. I construct my abundance through the power of my word. The revelation of self is the revelation of creation. When you know who you are, you know what you can command. When you recognize your spiritual rank, you recognize your creative authority. You stop asking permission. You stop shrinking. You stop fearing. You step fully into the architect's role, lifting your hand and shaping your reality with the precision of divine law. Nothing stands against the one who knows themselves. Nothing blocks the one who remembers their power. Nothing restricts the one who recognizes that abundance is not something given, it is something constructed from within. When you operate as the architect of abundance, every limitation becomes raw material for your mastery. Every obstacle becomes a new design. Every delay becomes a realignment. Nothing is wasted. Everything obeys your vision. Say aloud with commanding fire, I remember who I am. I awaken to my power. I build the abundant life that belongs to me. Let this revelation settle into your spirit like thunder. Let it echo through the chambers of your subconscious. Let it realign every belief and restructure every expectation. You are not waiting for abundance. You are constructing it. You are not hoping for supply. You are generating it. You are not chasing prosperity. You are designing it from the throne of your identity. For the moment you remember yourself, the moment you awaken to your divine architecture, the moment you step into your creative authority, abundance bows, supply accelerates, and your world transforms.